everyone, and welcome to Tuesdays with Tabitha, a weekly live stream where we discuss how you can manage change to prevent conflict in your organization. Today, we're going to talk about confidently challenging your team and try to figure out why employees resign when leaders fail to meet these two really vital needs. My name is Tabitha Livestream, and I am a conflict management strategist. And I teach professionals how to manage conflict in their relationships, workflows, and systems with ease so they can bridge the gap between issues and outcomes and create a peaceful workplace. So if you are joining us live today or on the replay, say hi below and let us know where you're from. And if you can think of someone who this video would help, I'd love for you to invite them to watch. Well, today's topic is about how you can confidently challenge your team and ensure that employees don't separate from your organization because you fail to meet these two vital needs. Have you ever worked with someone who disagreed with you, but you don't even know why it happened because you were not able to get to the root cause of that disagreement? Can you remember how you felt when it happened? Many times, if we're involved in a disagreement with someone, we may not know the root cause of that disagreement, but we can remember feeling frustrated because we were unheard in the situation, or we had some difficulty expressing ourselves because we were not really talking about the root cause and we weren't even sure why we were in a disagreement with the person in any event. Or we could have been feeling guilty because we were trying to prioritize our needs and the needs of other people on the team, but we were not able to find synergy in those priorities. And so that was causing disagreements among our team and with us. Another emotion that we can feel coming out of workplace disagreements is just really scared. Depending on why we need the role, why we need our jobs, depending on our obligations that we have, or the other person involved in the disagreement might also have obligations and feel fear that the disagreements may result in a separation from the company. And if you are the owner of the organization or the company, you might be scared that the disagreements preventing healthy communication and productivity would really cause the revenue in your company to dry up or become non-existent. Because my friend, whether you recognize it or not, we are all going to meet up with conflict in the workplace at some point in time. So what is conflict? What is workplace conflict? Well, conflict is described as a struggle over values or disagreements over status, disagreements over power or what we call power struggles, or disagreements over scarce resources. And as an empathic and empathetic leader, you might be wondering, well, how can I bridge the gap between issues and outcomes so that I can create a workplace that is peaceful, profitable, and productive? Well, the first thing that we want to do to figure out how we can create a workplace that is peaceful and productive and profitable is to actually look for conflict. Yes, to scan our organization for conflict and find the places that it is hiding out. So you want to be looking at communication. Have you ever noticed poor communication in your workplace, or has anyone come to you and remarked or complained that there is poor communication in your workplace? The importance of communication is so that it can foster durable workplace relationships, respect in the workplace, because that is vital. It's needed if you want to be able to challenge your employees so that they can achieve the goals that you have for them, because the only way to challenge someone is to communicate with them respectfully and help them to understand where they are and where you need them to be. And if you are not doing this, or if you're struggling to do this, or if your managers are struggling to do this and you don't even know that it's happening, there's going to be a problem when the employees are not able to perform and their performance is waning. So we want to be able, in order to foster respectful communication in our workplaces, to identify those needs that your team has. Because if you can identify the needs that your team has, you're going to be able to coach your managers to discuss a way of communicating any shortcomings, any shortfalls respectfully, so that your team can feel appreciated and produce the way that you want them to. So let's look at those needs. The first vital need that every employee in an organization has is to have their status affirmed. An employee whose status is put down can feel humiliated, embarrassed, and bitter. Have you ever been put down or humiliated in the workplace? I know I have, and I remember where it happened. I remember how I felt, and I remember how my work suffered. I did not give the best that I could after that incident happened. I did not do my best work with that manager because I remember still the anger that I felt and the bitterness that I experienced because I was put down. Now, that is how you can expect your employees to feel if they are put down. And what can happen is that they can lose trust in you, they can lose trust in the organization, and they can probably be quiet quitting. The second vital need that I want to share with you today is to have their role defined. Every employee needs to have a role that is defined and have objectives that are fulfilling. An employee whose role is trivialized or who is restricted can feel nervous and feel hopeless and fearful. And this can lead to confusion in the organization because that employee may not know what to do, and so they may do nothing. The employee might be afraid to respectfully challenge authority and assert themselves by saying, well, hey, I'm not quite sure what I need to do. And that role confusion can translate into inaction. And what can happen then is that it can result in the employee regretting that they're working with your organization. And then you may find that they were job hunting on your time and your dime. So how do we ensure that we affirm the status of our employees and we ensure that their role is defined and fulfilling? Well, we want to affirm their status so that we can be able to challenge those employees to achieve high goals. Because when their status is affirmed, their standing in the organization is given full recognition and they're secure. And what you want to do is have effective communication, healthy communication strategies with your employees. And when I say healthy communication, both verbal and nonverbal. And you want to coach your managers also to be able to support the employee, ensure that they're performing in their role, and ensure that you affirm their status. So it is better to find ways of managing their performance and correcting them rather than taking the work away from this employee and then having them feel regretful, feel embarrassed, and feel hurt, especially in the presence of their peers. And with respect to having a role that is fully defined, you want to do that because you want the objectives to be fulfilling. You want to be able to find what this employee is good at. And you want to be able to adjust the role so that this employee is going to succeed, and also help the employee to adjust themselves so that they're able to grow in that role and be productive and be profitable. And this is going to require civility in the workplace. You're going to have to coach your managers to be able to deal with unprofessional behavior if they see it in the workplace, and to be able to guide the employee and help them prepare a growth plan for that employee so that you can have the employee producing in the role, being profitable in the role, and also maintaining a peaceful workplace. So my friend, if you would like to put what we talk about on this show into action, I invite you to click the link below and join our upcoming Thinking Mastermind, where CEOs and senior executives from various companies gather together and we share our thoughts and insights on the topics that we discuss. Well, it's been great talking with you today. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the show, and please reach out to us if you have any needs that we can serve. Take care and have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye now.